And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to day number 2. A little chilly here in Wilson, North Carolina. If you were with us yesterday, you saw some good action, and the wind still breezy, but not quite the effect that we had yesterday. The two teams out here, 17U girls. It will be the Cleveland FC Club under Coach Ross Nickel. They are in the blue. On the other side, you have the red-clad team out of Campton United. That's out of St. Charles, Illinois, under Coach Brian Nail. And we're under action. Sun is out, very few clouds in the sky, probably in the mid-50s, maybe even a little cooler. It is quite cool out here. As you see, hustling down for Campton very quickly, that's Haley Rydberg in the box with the right foot, and quickly we have a corner already here for Campton. Once again, Campton in the red uniforms, white numbers. You'll see them very easily. And the royal blue is the Cleveland FC. So we'll say Campton and Cleveland. That will be our simple way of saying it. The head coaches of these two teams, Ross Nickel, head coach of the Campton United, is Brian Nail, and his assistant is Tim McClements, the head coach. On the other side, that ball is brought into the box, still controlled by the Campton United squad. Out on the side, it's Rittenhouse. Ball sent down the far side. It's hard for us to see how close they are to that line. It will be a throw-in now for Cleveland. Once again, Cleveland in the blue, the royal blue, white numbers. Easy to distinguish here today with the red and blue coloring. We'll try to get you the keeper's numbers. You see the keeper for Campton in the black. Why, there's a shot to the right side, and it's a score. Very quickly, a shot there with the left foot early on. We're in the second minute, folks, about a minute 35 on the clock when that score was made, and we have to get you that number. My original thought was that it was Gormley, but we'll check and see as the officials will let us know exactly who scored that goal. And a quick strike here for the Cleveland FC squad. Ross Nickel, the head coach, assistant is Kim Ray, and they're quickly up 1-0. That's a second-minute score. A team that lost yesterday 2-0 comes up here with a big score here early on to try to turn things around. That ball sent into the box. It'll be scooped up there and brought out the other way. Wearing the silver long sleeve shirt, as it is cool out here, the keeper for the Cleveland squad. And we'll get the name here in just a moment. Ball being controlled right now by Campton. They'll move it forward. There is Dombrowski. Sends it over to Wessel. And that ball will go out, but it'll be a throw-in. Let's see who will do the toss, and the honors will be done by Wessel, Allison Wessel. She'll toss it in, and moving down toward the inline, the box there, ball across, and a shot, and we've got another goal here. 2 goals in 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and our scorekeepers may have wrist problems at the end of this game. I'll tell you, already a couple of goals scored. We'll get the numbers here from the official, and looked like that assist came across from Rydberg. And then we'll check with the Mr. Official. Can you tell me the scores on both of those? We'll make sure we get the right info out here for folks. Okay. Number 8 is going to be Chantel Carranza. That's her second goal in this tournament. It was number 12. That's Kathleen Drazina with the initial score back in the second minute. So there we go. We're going to double check that, but good job here by the spotters in the tent to give us that information. But 2 quick goals here, folks. We may see a lot of goals here today. That ball worked down. Good defense there by number 14 is Allison Wessel, working her way back. She is a graduate in 2019. And this St. Charles team out of Illinois Campton United, a 4-0 winner yesterday. The Cleveland FC squad, as he said, lost 2-0. This will be a corner. Be sent in by the Cleveland squad. Here's the ball. High ball right in the middle, and that ball goes through and will end up on the far side, being brought back out by the Campton squad. Tries to send it back in now, clearing it away, and a quick strike the other way. Here we go again. It's going to be, that's Rydberg. Looked like she had the assist early on. That nice ball there. It's going to be in the box, and we have the offside flag up. And the treaded flag goes up, and everybody retreats. So very quickly here to recap, a goal by Carranza. Looked like the assist was from Rydberg. That was the 4th minute. And then in the 2nd minute, the score by, we believe right now, was Kathleen Druzina. And we'll get that scored. A left-footed shot into the lower right-hand side of the goal. And coming the other way quickly, you see a wide-open type of play here. And already these teams putting together a couple of rushes. And obviously with the scores, you have girls that are not afraid to put the ball at the net. This is going to be tossed in by Reagan Rosenberg. Rosenberg with the toss. It clears over, coming down to Druzina, and she's taken down. Coming the other way now, Rydberg. She's been very busy. Takes the left-footed pass out to the side. Working around over there is Carranza. And those were the two that hooked up on the goal, Carranza and Rydberg. That was a ball that went through the face of the frame, right in front of the keeper. And the keeper, let's see, for Coach Brian Nail. Make sure we're getting this. The keeper is Zoe Welsh. We're still waiting to get the number of the keeper for the Cleveland squad. We'll get that for you as well. Looking down through to see, it's probably, well, it's not. We'll have to double check that. Halftime we'll clear up a few of these numbers. That ball sent forward by Ray. We're all worked around by Gormley. She'll send it back. Working near side, there's Nemeth. Trying to send it forward. Gets trapped there in the feet of Druzina. Nice little give and go. Ball sent down into the corner. Hustling back will be Bustamante. Tries to clear it out. However, it'll be a throw in. Rosenberg will move down to toss it in. Look at our officials here for today. In this match, out in the center will be Derek Ambrositis. On the sides, the assistant referees are Sergey Demonchek and Robert Leonard. Christian Pulisino also helping out here with the scores. Ball kept in the zone, now cleared away by the defense. Seen a lot of offense, not as much defense so far. That ball gets by. It'll be a toss in here for Campton. Campton United once again out of St. Charles, Illinois. 4-0 winners yesterday. This will be tossed in by Wessel. Ball sent over to Rakos. And you see a ball that's moved back toward the midfield area, Rosalina. Now the defense sets up. Kind of keep the shape back there. That ball sent across by Lutter. Ball settled there nicely by Karam. Now coming the other way. It's going to be Campton in the red. Will be tossing it in. Looks like Wessel will be chasing it down. Ball's trying to escape over at one of the other fields. We're in a very nice complex here, the Gillette Athletic Complex here in Wilson, North Carolina. As we said, it's very chilly and has been cold last night. The final matches at the 4 p.m. slot, very cold. And the toss in will be toward the edge of the box. Now headed back in there. Sent across, finally cleared out by the defense. Ball being worked around there by Rakos. Now forward, moving it up is going to be Roller. Roller, a nice through ball out on the left side. Now working that one around is going to be Rosalina. And a little bit too much pace. That will send it out of play. It'll be a toss in now for the Cleveland. Here the coaches hollering out encouragement. Have some great coaches who noted here in this National League week of play from all across the country. Teams coming together, and we'll talk a little more about that as we go through. Appreciate our producer, Andres Palacio, our camera folks, our Camilla and Caleb. And my name's John Peters. Glad you're here with us. We barely took a breath, and we had the first goal. We took our second breath, and there was another goal. So that's why the score is knotted at 1 here. Ball being moved forward once again. Here comes Cleveland. Cleveland will move it up. They send it back out. Shot comes in just off to the left. Escaped the keeper, Welsh. And went off the side, so it will be another corner here. This will be Cleveland stepping up. We'll try to pick up the number of the young lady who will set the ball down in the near corner. Wind is not as much of a fact, but it's coming across the field, across the pitch from the far side to the near side, so it will affect the ball being sent in. Little bender there that's going to go back across. It probably had big effect on that play, as the ball with any sort of spin at all, the motion will be magnified, and in that case took it right behind the goal. That ball was put in play there by Tara Roller. For the Campton United team, several players that have made commitments to colleges, universities. We'll talk about that here in a second. Excuse me. As we get warmed up here, these teams obviously were warmed up, came out and scored immediately. For Campton, Haley Rydberg has committed to the University of Iowa. She's wearing number 2. Lauren Albrecht, a midfielder, she's committed to Miami of Ohio, as the ball is headed around on the far side. Now cleared back toward the midfield. There's the goal scorer. That's Trezina. Now passes it on over to Ray. Sent forward. Little dangerous play here. Let's see if it's going to be another corner. It is. It'll be another corner for the Cleveland squad. And once again, it'll be Roller who runs out there to set it in motion. Bria Micey has committed to Minnesota State and Mankato. A lot of movement. Here comes the ball. This one will bend out away from the frame, and it gets headed away, but off to the left. So that will be Welsh putting it in play. Welsh will set it down. As we said, she's dressed in the black uniform. Looks like gray or white numbering. A couple other players from this Campton squad that have committed to universities. University of Mississippi. Sadie Holland, who actually is not here, but impressive, an SEC school there. And then for Chantel Carranza, who was the goal scorer earlier, she has committed to Grand Valley State. up in the state of Michigan. Long ball sent in. It's going to be in the box. It's going to be bounding around. It will go off to the left side. So once again, back and forth we go. A wide open style of play here in this match as we had 2 goals in the first 4 minutes. And yesterday on this very same field had a match that went 0-0, no score at all, and another match at 1-1. So a lot of scoring here early. We'll see if that trend will continue through this match. Drazina sends it over to Rosenberg. It will go out. Ball tossed in. Ball being worked around by Campton. Now taking it back to the defense. And taking the defense back, or really all the way back to the keeper. And once again, we'll get the name of the keeper there for the Cleveland squad. Looking through. Trying to see, look through the list to see. Ball being played right here in front of us. And actually off my right foot, back to the players. How about that? Wessel with the toss in. Trying to get it in on the action. Here comes the play. Good tough play right there. It goes off of the Campton squad. Be a toss in for Cleveland. Here's the throw, good toss in. Ball goes off of, looks like that went off Rosalina. Official right there on it. So Campton United once again in the red uniforms. Here's the toss. I believe that is Wessel. Sends it in toward Rydberg. Rydberg down line, nice ball. Sent down there to Dombrowski. Dombrowski working it in. Little fake, keeps working around, works it into the box, sends it back out. And a big collision there. Really nobody to follow it up. Wessel now works it in. And now a long ball sent out. Let's see if it's going to go out of play. It does, and into the bench area. It'll be a toss in for Campton. Wessel will do the honors. Wessel now tossing it all the way down toward Rittenhouse. Had 4 players who scored goals yesterday. Bustamante works it forward. We'll talk about those players here in just a second in that 4-0 victory. Cleveland works it forward. Cleveland FC. Nice ball. That's a ball in the perfect spot here as hustling forward is Stafford. Stafford, it'll be a throw in. And our first sub coming in. This will be Mary Grace Haney. And she will check in for Reagan Rosenberg. Goals scored yesterday by Rakos, Carranza, Karam, and Rittenhouse. 4 goals scored yesterday by Campton United players. The Illinois squad taking on Cleveland, the FC squad out of the Ohio North region. So quickly, Cleveland came out. They meant business. After losing yesterday, they decided, hey, we're going to come out, and they put the ball in the back of the net. Great shot, lower right side. And I believe it was Drazina. We'll get the final word on that. That was the word from the scoring tent here. We're at ground level, so in some ways a little bit tougher to see some of the numbers. As I was watching, it looked either as 12 or 21, and Drazina being 12, and in the forward position, that makes sense. Speaking of 21, here comes Gormley working it around. She has a lot of space, so she can take her time. She's waiting to see what the defense will do. Now she sends it back to Nemeth. And the ball sent out of play. Campton with the toss in. It'll be Wessel's getting a few words here from Coach Brian Nail. Ball being worked around, sent down out toward the corner. Let's see who gets there first. It's going to be a race between Haney and Dombrowski. Somehow Dombrowski comes up. Well, here comes Drazina back the other way. Sends a ball across. A little bit too much pace, however. Makes its way all the way to the Campton defense. And that will be DiBiase who sends it out of play. Had an opportunity there to turn it around, take it the other way, but a little bit quick and went out on the far side. Ball bounding around. Rosalina controlling. Now she'll tumble. Little joust there and a whistle. Foul on the far side. Campton player, that was Rakos who went down. And I believe the offending party for Cleveland was Chase Ray. Her mom, Kim, one of the assistants, and always appreciate the help of the assistant coaches, letting us know some pronunciations. Players who are not here or may not be on the list. And, of course, all of you can go to usyouthsoccer.org to get latest scores, schedule, as the ball bounds around near the top of the box. And now cleared out. Welsh will put it high in the air, but the wind's going to hold that up. Little backspin on it. Still pressure coming on from Cleveland. That ball headed, but it's still going to continue on back toward the goal. Ball settled nicely. There's a shot scooped up by Welsh. Shot put in there by Pasek. A one hopper fielded easily by Welsh. Ball bounding around. Looks like Rittenhouse working down in the corner. Left-footed clear, but doesn't quite get out of bounds. Bringing it back again, Rydberg. A commitment to University of Iowa, the Hawkeyes. That ball goes all the way through the box. And chasing on the other side was Carranza. Sends it back out front there, DiBiase. Carranza, there's a right foot. That's a nice long shot, but it's going to fade out to the right.
Get on the ball, man.
And the ball brought back up. Trying to see a number there. It looks like a 50. See, for the blue squad, it might be Rosalina. She's out here right in front of us. I'm just still trying to get the number of the keeper. We'll get that here during our halftime. Ball in front, and that one's going to go off to the side.
Great job.
And let's see what the referee says. It's going to be a corner coming up. Well, I do see the number on the keeper is number 50 for Cleveland. I do not see a 50 on my roster. We will get that player's information for you. So once again, a corner coming up here. Put in play with the left foot. It'll bend toward the goal. It's going to be high, right at near the net. All around, a pinball in there. Another shot sent back in. Still bounding around. Sent out, and finally Drazina will clear it away. And it ends up being a pretty good pass, and it actually will be a toss in here for Cleveland. Working down there, Rosalina will try to get to it. Wessel is there, however, and Welsh will clear it out. Also up there, Rakos now. She'll send it forward. A nice high ball headed by the defense. Headed in the back there by Rogers. Carranza, big collision on the far side with Haney. And that will be a free kick on the far side as we go into the 25th minute here, first half. Your score 1-1. It's been about 20 minutes since we've had a score, but two scores almost. The first kick had barely left the circle. We had one goal. That was at the 1:30 mark. The next goal scored right around the 4-minute mark. So each team scoring. Ball bounding around in the box. A couple players go down, no whistle. Ball bounding around, still being kept in. Drzina, a little backflip there, a little header into the box. Let's see who gets to it. There's a shot. That's going to be a score. And you had Drzina. Let's see who all was in on that. You had Drzina in there with a little backflip. You had Rosalina flip it across, and it looked like it was Roller who put it away. We'll get confirmation here from our spotters and the officials. And so once again, 2-1. That score we're just talking about, how many goals have been scored. And here's another one, bottom right once again. And going down, no whistle. It'll be a toss in on the far side as Cleveland goes up 2-1. A nice bit of play there right around the top of the box. You had a good opportunity for Campton down at the other side off of the corner. Ball bounding around, a nice ball that was sent in. The left-footed ball from the corner, and it was curving in, bending right toward the top of the goal. And a handball there. Campton will put it in play as we get into the 27th minute. Bustamante, she'll work it near side. Now let's see if Campton can respond. They responded earlier when you saw the goal scored early, and they came right back down and put one in the net. Bustamante fighting there with Rosalina. Good contest there. Now Ray will send it over. Nice job. I believe that's Carranza working it across. Carranza, nifty footwork. Sends it in, but it's brought back out by Stafford. Stafford controls it. Sends it over to Drzina. Roller now trying to go the other way, and they do. That's going to be Dombrowski. And the official said it just crossed the sideline here. So, and the sun feels really nice out here. Once again, starting off quite cool with the temperatures, maybe in the 50s. And now the sun getting a little higher, warming things up some. Working it in, that's Rosalina. Let's see what she chooses to do. Sends it over toward Wypasic. Two players going down. Ball set down the pitch in the middle area. There's Ray. She'll work it over. Sends it back to teammate Stafford. Stafford back to Ray. Bounds around between the legs of the players. Yeah, Drzina and Dombrowski working together. Now it's going to be Rydberg. She'll send it out to the left side. Over there, that is DiBiase. That's Carranza. Trying to get it into Rittenhouse, but a little bit too much pace. And the keeper for the Cleveland squad will bring it back out. And once again, might even just take a minute here to walk over and get the name of the keeper for you folks. If we get a ball that trails off, we'll go do that. Ball sent through. Rosalina now tries to send it back. Wessel jumps in, however, to interrupt that play. Ball sent out the side, a long ball. That will fade over here. And this may be our opportunity right here. We'll take a quick run over here to the coach and get the name of the keeper.
Oh, no, I'm sure a lot of mine are no good anymore.
Yeah, there's a new one. Because they just put all those new doors in. Have you been over there? It looks really good. They put all new doors and windows in.
No.
It looks really good. They redid the tile, repainted. It looks really good.
I actually I delivered flyers for Dana. I went in, but where are the doors? Because
Everywhere. They just put them there like a month ago.
I just did flyers and was in. I don't remember.
Yeah, it would have been up. All new doors, all
And mission accomplished, as in the goal is number 50. That's Tori Delapi. So we feel complete in the midst of that. We have the official. This will be a free kick just outside the box. Lining it up will be Rydberg. Steps in, hits it low, and scores on the left side, and the scoring continues. We now have a 2-2 match. And once again, yesterday, a lot of matches with very low scorings, a couple with high scores, but this one well on the way. In that 30th minute, give it to Haley Rydberg, scores that goal. And at halftime, we will sit down with the scoring officials and make sure we have all the names correct on these goals, as they've come in bunches here. 2-2. We're at the 30-minute mark, about 15 minutes left. There will be some added time, very possibly. Ball sent around. So once again, good response by Campton. They go down 2-1, they score. They went down 1-0, they scored. So Carranza will work it around. She kind of moved over here on the near side. Let's see if she's going to be staying on this side. She was really working on the far side. Wessel now. And it may be that the coaches realized that the ball was being played a lot more on this near side, and they want Carranza to be a part of it. Ball sent out to the far side. That's going to be DiBiase sending it up. And let's see if they have switched over there. Maybe that Dombrowski now working on the far side. Carranza now has moved over to the near side. So a little shift here by the coaches, Coach Brian Nail. It'll be a toss in here deep in the zone. Tossed it in toward Rydberg. Ball still bounding around. It's in the box. There's a shot. It will go all the way through without any touches. And now bringing it out will be Drzina with the big left foot. It makes sense that Drzina had that first goal. She looks to be a left-footed kicker. That ball bounding around, and a whistle blown. So a little trip there in the middle of the action. Looks like a few more substitutes preparing to come in. Here's the ball from looks like the captain's wristband. And Haley Rogers, she's back on defense, so we don't get to call her name quite as much as some of the folks who handle the ball a lot. That ball off to the side here. Tossing it in is going to be Stafford, another defender. High ball, tossed in. Comes down to Ipasic. Big collision there. Bustamante sends it out. We've got a sub coming in, as we just mentioned. Let's see, we've got, that's going to be Jordan Karam, who will come in for Campton. Jordan scored a goal yesterday in the 4-0 victory. Also coming in will be Olivia Tegg. Tegg, number 16. She's a midfielder. Karam, a midfielder as well, wearing number 12. And we're in the 34th minute here, first half. And Coach Brian Nail, opportunity for him to do some coaching here on the side as he talks with Rakos, who was one of the players who came out. Ball being worked around. Roller now working it in near the top of the box. A lot of red shirts there, and clear it out. Headed back down. Gormley right in the middle of all of it. And now sent back in. That's Ray. Sends it in there to Roller. And the ball cleared away. Albrecht just subbing in. Tegg already getting a foot on the ball. Rittenhouse over there, and now the toss in will be sent in by Haney for Cleveland. Ball sent down the pitch, and looks like it's right on the line. and actually falls across the line just barely, apparently. It's hard to see from our angle. Like I said, we're ground level here. The good news is we can communicate with the fourth official, the two coaches or assistant coaches, as well as the scorekeepers. So we're in a good position, but it visually a little bit tougher sometimes to see that far line. You folks may actually have a better view there as our camera stands are up elevated some. Delapi there with the scoop, and she will kick it out of there. She said they got the gray shirt, blue shorts. Ball worked around. Roller now trying to choose her options. She will send it forward. The defense there, however, big collision. And the foul there called on Micey, Bria Micey. So, well, I take that back. It was Micey who received that drew the foul. So it'll be Cleveland putting it in play. A long ball and a big foot there. And you want to remember that if you're a coach, Haley Rogers, who can really put a boot into it. Put that ball off to the left. And as we go through this day, the sun becomes a little more of a factor as it falls down behind the goal to the left. And so the keeper at the goal to our right can actually be looking right into the sun. Ball worked over here. Stafford doesn't quite settle it, so it'll go out of play. Carranza, once again, who's moved over on the near side, she'll put it in play. She sends it into Rittenhouse. That's sent out. Carranza now gives it off to Wessel. She'll toss. Ball sent back down. Bustamati's there. She'll line it up, trying to pick her place where she would like to send it. They work it back over to Wessel. Nice ball there, sent into the midfield area. Sent back out. That's going to be DiBiase. Now sent back forward. Nice ball there. Through ball sent up to number 23 is Wypasic. Broken up this time by Albrecht. Carranza just couldn't quite get had the nice idea there, but the ball made its way to the defense. Rogers now, she'll circle back, take a peek, and clear it out. Carranza intercepts, and it will go out of play. Throw in there, Wessel will toss it in. Well, the Campton team winning 4-0 yesterday, still they have not had the lead in this match. They have scored twice. Both of those goals coming after falling behind. Early on, 1-0 in minute 30, and then at the 4-minute mark, tied it up. And then at the 30-minute mark, Cleveland went ahead 2-1. And not long after that, you had the equalizer, 2-2, by the Rydberg free ball. So, and the balls will be put in play by Tori Delapi. She's wearing number 50. She'll put it in play with the right foot. Good ball that's headed back. Ball sent around, and Stafford sends it forward. Ball gets through. Defense is there, however. So Campton, they will control it now. Ball sent forward, and Cleveland fighting for it, but we've got a collision there. Looked like pretty equal contact, but the whistle goes off. Haley Rogers now will put it in, and I tell you what, folks, watch this kick. She has a big leg and can really put some distance on her. As we see sub come in, Mary Kelly will be in. Comes in for Chase Ray. Ray checks out wearing number 10. And so there, of course, that would be the play where she takes the short ball as we prepare to see the ball sent through. A little too much pace on that one. Welsh will scoop it up, and she's going to bring it back out. Now the substitute ready to go in as we move to the 40th minute. High ball sent to midfield, headed there by Drazina. Working her way back, Rittenhouse couldn't get control. Looks like Teg who subbed in. Now ball out to the outside, a nice ball there. And Rydberg will move it forward. She'll bring it back, a left foot sent across, and she goes down and picked up over there by the defense. That's going to be Micey. Ball still bounding around. A little bit sloppy there and gets through. Carranza, nice pick up there. She interrupts the play. It's going to go down the corner. Rydberg works around. She'll take it back toward the corner. A little fancy footwork there. Sent into the box on the backside. Headed, but not completely out. And finally cleared out by the foot of one of the defenders. And substitutes galore coming in. Here we go. Number 24, that'll be Grace Krosky. She's going to come in for Roller. And then you have for Campton a couple of substitutes here. Number 15 is Avery Davis. Number 22, Cassidy Joyce. And coming out right now we've got Haley Rydberg. She'll check out as well as Hannah Rittenhouse. So a couple of your key players up front. And those coming in now, as we mentioned, will be Davis as well as Joyce. Ball settled there. Drazina now chasing it over. Good job there as Wessel closed in to take that one away. Ball to the far side, and working over there is going to be Karam. Karam sends it in, headed down, but not out. Carranza has a chance. She's trying to get a space where she can shoot it through. That'll be a high ball sent into the box. Delapi tries to get to it. She's blocked, and another score. And let's see, it looks like that may be one of the subs who just came in. And we'll see as she runs back. We'll try to get the number for you. And it looks like that was Jordan Karam, who subbed in just a little while ago. Ball sent in, and I believe it might have been an assist for Carranza, but give that goal to Jordan Karam. So for the first time today, Campton takes the lead, 3-2. And that'll be Cleveland's time to see if they bounce back. That goal in the 42nd minute. We've seen 5 goals here in this first half. A lot of offensive action, some defense, but you must say in a 5-goal first half, a lot of offense and not quite as much defense. Drazina sends it on up. Stafford back to Drazina. Looking for an option, but sends it to the red-clad Campton team. Right back to her. They return the favor. Moving in is Kelly.
Good, Cassidy.
Ball sent forward. Pasek now. Drazina. Drazina's been in there the entire time. Tries to send it up to Krosky, but it will go out. Be a throw in on the side. Stafford does the honors. Tossed in, headed around once, twice, 3 times in the top of the box. Here's another opportunity and a whiff there. It looked like that was Micey who had the opportunity, but in the midst of all that, earns the corner. We just started the 44th minute here, first half. We'll find out if there's extra time coming up. And once again at halftime, we will also double check all of those goals to see if we have further names we need to mention with assists, as well as just the actual goals themselves. Want to make sure we give proper credit. So great job here. So the ball being laid down in the 44th minute. The clock saying 43-36 and running. A high ball, back post. Going to be headed once. Now settled. Clicked around, and it's going to be out front. Controlled by Cleveland. Knocked down briefly, and now Campton working to try to clear it. They do. It was Gormley who was apparently a little bit of shove from behind and couldn't keep her footing there right in front. Carranza now settles it. She'll take it out to the left side. May go on out of play, and it does. She was looking for Karam on the far side. It'll be a throw in for Cleveland. Haney will do the honors. And over near the headquarters here, the nice facility, and look at the flags right now. Very little wind as opposed to yesterday when the wind was a big factor. One match here with wind blowing right to left. All 4 goals in that match scored at the goal to the left where the wind was helping. So Wessel works it up. Sends it up to teammate Joyce, who checked in. Now the back line will control it as we approach the 45-minute mark. About 5 more seconds, we'll hit that spot. We'll see if there's any extra time. 1 minute of extra time has been added. So looks like possibly a substitute. I don't know if we'll get the sub in time. Tegan Ryan is the substitute. And it looks like Bustamante was coming out. And waiting right now as Bustamante comes over. She'll step out. Stepping in is Tegan Ryan. She wears number 11. She'll be on the defense. So one more opportunity here, possibly, as the clock runs down here on this first half. Carranza out to the outside. Ball worked around. On the far side, ball being bounced back and forth. Checking to see. The referee in the middle is checking around to see if there are any substitutes. No substitutes. Play will continue for a few more seconds, possibly. See Mary Kelly over there working the ball forward to Wypasic. Ball out to the side. It'll be a throw in. And checking his watch. Here's the throw in. Ball headed down and out. Tossing it in once again, Haney for Cleveland, right in front of the stands, and that will be halftime. And once again, folks, we will check to see all those scores. 5 goals in this first half. I want to say thanks to our sponsors before we break away. Bubba Burger, the official burger of U.S. Youth Soccer. Nike, of course, worldwide apparel. Kohl's, department stores. MLS, Major League Soccer's support and sponsorship of U.S. Youth Soccer. Nesquik, the official drink. Positive Coaching. Toyota. Wilson Trophy. Many of those to be given out. NSCAA and Turbo Sports, the official video producers of U.S. Youth Soccer. Also a big thanks to U.S. Soccer and the ODP that's associated with U.S. Youth Soccer. We'll be right back. We'll take a break here, about a 10-minute break here at halftime. John Peters with you, and we appreciate the work of our producer, Andres Palacio. We'll be back soon here at Wilson, North Carolina. And welcome back, folks, and we're underway here. Second half, we'll give you some of the thoughts from the first half. First of all, the Campton keeper now is going to be number 32, Aaron McKinney. That was a plan from the beginning, so Coach Brian Nail letting us know ahead of time that that was going to happen. Ball being worked around in the back there by DiBiase. Feel that breeze now picking up once again, which drops the temperature as well. Sun is up and bright, but still a little chilly out here. Ball comes through. Delapi picks that one up, and she'll put it into play. As the wind picks up, it will have more and more of an effect on the flight of the ball, of course, particularly punts out of the goal area, also the long free kicks. Some of the corners may be affected as well, especially from the near side when you're kicking into the wind. It'll put more bend on it, in or out from the frame. Ball being worked around by the defense. That one comes all the way through to DiBiase. DiBiase now brings it over, spreads things out a little bit. Left foot sent forward. Works it up. There's Carranza now. See which side she'll be working on. You see that ball sent all the way over to the far corner. Picked up there, I believe it's Ryan, all into the box, and Delapi's there. Tried to send it in where there might be some red shirts that could do some deflecting. So looking back at the scores in the first half, great offensive action. We'll talk about that here when we get a little bit of a break as that ball comes out. We had goals in the second minute by Drzina. That would look more of an unassisted possible goal, but it might have been brought in from the midfield. In the fourth minute, you had Carranza, assisted, we believe, by Rydberg. Ball sent back, defense there. McKinney will settle it. She'll put it out in play. In the 25th minute, you had a goal by Roller, a spectacular goal, actually. It went from Ray to Drzina, then on over to Rosalina, a header, and to the foot of Roller, and she put it in the left side of the goal. That was the second goal for the Cleveland squad. Second goal for Campton came off a free kick. Rydberg put that one in the bottom left in the 30th minute. And then in the 42nd minute, it was an assist from Wessel, wearing number 14, sent it over to her teammate Karam, and that ball put in the bottom left side of the goal. And that's where we stand right now. 3-2 is the lead. Ball sent forward, a big rush here by Campton. Let's see who's going to control the ball. It will go toward the corner, and it's going to be a corner kick. Everybody will trot back now toward the box. You've got only two players out at midfield. You've got Rosalina there, as well as, let's see, that's, trying to see if that's going to be DiBiase. It's not DiBiase. Trying to see if I can see the number here as she turns. But here comes the ball. It will be put in play. I believe that's DiBiase who will actually put this in play. Here it is, a bender toward the goal. It's headed and just to the left, and it's going to be another corner. The middle referee's right there to see it. And we're still trying to see who the player is on the back here, mixing up a number. Ball being worked around and sent back out. Finally cleared out by Cleveland. They'll have a little rush going the other way.
Good. Well done.
Number 9.
Come on, Ray.
Oh, that's okay. Now we got the Tegan Ryan out there. We were making sure we had the correct number for her, and she was in the back. Ball sent forward. It's going to be controlled there by Cleveland. Working it around, now sent back out. Campton will try to work it back in. Rosalini there to put some pressure. Roller now right back to Rosalina. Try a little play-by-play action here as we learn the names of these players. That one, Mary Kelly sends it out to the left side. Worked around over there by Stafford, I believe, is the Cleveland player. Actually, that was Rosenberg way out there. She'll do the tossing. She'll toss it in. Also right there is Krosky. And that ball, Roller takes it up. She's got some space. She's going to put a shot in there, but McKinney up with a save. Erin McKinney now in goal, wearing number 32 in the black and white uniform. She'll punt that one out. Has a little bit of wind helping her on that one. And Carranza, nice first touch, settled it very quickly and put it into play. A lot of times you see that kick from the keeper bound around a while and nobody really controls it. And Carranza did a good job there of quickly setting up teammates ready to go into action. It'll be a throw in for Campton, far side. And the ball, we're waiting for the ball to come back in. A lot of extra space around here. Sometimes the ball will actually go on to fields, adjacent fields, and have to chase it down there. Ball bounding around far side, double team, triple team, and still controlling it. Campton, top of the box. It's headed, but picked up there by Delapi. A nice ball sent there to the top of the box. Trying to see if that was if that was Joyce or possibly Teg who had that header. And DiBiase intercepts that one, coming right here down the line, and it'll go out of play. Stafford will chase it down. Madison Stafford working on the near side. She was working on the near side as well in the first half. Ball headed around. It will go out of play. Just a lot of tight work right here on the line. DiBiase now tosses it in. Carranza triple teamed, but the throw will go to Campton. A lot of blue clad players there, and one of them touched it as it went out. DiBiase working her way forward. Calls for Jordan Karam. That ball will go out. It'll be a throw in for blue. Everybody thinks when it's a close call, it's their ball. So ball being chased around. That's going to be Lutter wearing number 66 back in the back. McKinney now shoots it toward Carranza. Good spot. She settles it again. Good job. Ball bounding around, headed down by Roller, but comes right to Campton. Campton's Teg sends it over to DiBiase. A nice through ball sent across the pitch. Working now across midfield. A little bit of a rush. A ball sent on the left side toward Karam. It will go all the way out, however. Just inches away from settling it. 54th minute. The clock actually saying 53:36 and running. Ball touched. Ball sent out. Campton. Good communication there from DiBiase, letting teammates know that she had touched that ball. Ball worked in. Joyce takes it to the right. It's going to be blocked there. Ball still being chased around. It's going to be Davis out there as well. Some of the substitutes who've come in now playing a big role, trying to keep this lead. On the other side, you have Roller and company trying to even things up once again. Ray sends it to Rosalina. Roller now. The path was cleared. She'll send it in to the right side. Working in is number 20 right in front, and that ball settled down in the middle there of the box for just a second and finally cleared out. That was Micey. I was trying to come up with the player here on the near side who worked her way in. Bria Micey. Ball on the far side. It will be tossed in by Campton. Once again, I appreciate the coaches helping out with the information at halftime, the assists, and also making sure we have all the names correct as we try to bring folks at home the action. A lot of the parents, I'm sure, are here actually in North Carolina watching. And these two cities from Cleveland as well as team out of St. Charles, probably the St. Louis area. I apologize if that's not correct, but St. Charles area. A lot of folks can come and watch. Some might be enjoying this video, watching on your mobile device, possibly at work. We won't tell anybody. Enjoying the soccer action, the nice weather here. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. The sun out and not a cloud in the sky, just a little haze here and there, but just a beautiful time to be playing soccer. Ball down the right side. That's going to be, once again, Micey works it into the corner, sends it in a la a corner, but it's going to fade across the back side of the net. McKinney will chase it down. Welsh was the keeper in the first half and gives way in the second half here to Aaron McKinney. And McKinney has done a good job so far. We've had no scoring here in the second half. That's news on this match, something to write home about. As early on, we had 2 goals in the first 4 minutes, and then 3 other goals throughout. There's a ball sent back, and McKinney will clear it away, trying to get it out of danger. Sent over here to one of the college coaches. And let's see if you have a tremendous number of college coaches out here, and they're able to come right up here, sit with the teams, alongside teams, watch the action here very close. Parents pretty much and fans on the far side. And when you pull into the parking lot, you know this is a big event for college coaches, because I would say a good 25 to 30% of the parking spots are labeled for college coaches, reserved just for them. Ball sent by Cleveland, worked around top of the box, sent over. Really nobody there, however. Trying to work it back in. Sent over there to Micey. And now Carranza will bring it the other way. Carranza, great ball handler, sends that ball through. It's going to be right here on the side. The crown of the field will take it toward the sideline. Working it back in now is Joyce, and she'll take a whack at it. She had a player in the middle, Davis, that she's trying to work with her, but went ahead and pulled the trigger maybe a little further out than Coach would have liked, but once again, a good opportunity for this Campton squad. Scored 4 goals yesterday, have scored 3 here today. So in the first 148 minutes of action, they've scored 7 goals. And so yesterday there was a match, 6-3, in a field that was close by. So a lot of scoring we've seen. Some matches not so much. McKinney now, she'll send it over to teammate as Rosalina was putting some pressure on Micey down there as well. Ball sent out to DiBiase. They're drawing a lot of the blue shirts forward and tried to send it down to, that was trying to come in there to Jordan Karam. Coach giving a good thought to put a little bend on it and bring it back up that little slope here on the side of the pitch. And once again, the crown in the field, and we've got a shove from behind, and the official calling this one a little bit tighter than some that we've seen, and that's not a bad thing. You just like to see the consistency, which we're seeing as well. Derek Ambrositis doing a good job out in the middle. That ball's going to bend as it goes into the wind. Fighting back is Ray. And now here come the red shirts of Campton. Stafford now trying to figure out where she'll take this one. Rogers sends it back, coming the other way. Carranza settles it, does a little shake and bake there. Now sends it back to the defense. Chasing it across. The confusion that I had earlier was with Campton's number 11. That's Tegan Ryan. And with her number is 11, it looked like a 7. So ball moving forward. There's a ball sent toward the top of the box. It gets through. Let's see if Karam can get to it. She does. She's going to settle in the corner. You could almost set up a corner type situation here if you can do it quickly. Here comes a shot. That's a nice shot. Oh, and it's a save by Delapi. Carranza put it in there. It might have been a cross into the box and not so much the shot, but nobody there really to put it in harm's way. DiBiase now heads it back. Rosalina tries to follow it up. Tagged away there, however. Krosky will work with it. Sends it over to teammate Kelly. Ray now sends it out to the near side. That'll be the right side. Carranza, she can settle that ball like nothing. Nice ball out here to Karam. Now sends it on in. A lot of rushing players coming forward. And that was actually for Campton. It was Joyce who took a spill, but no whistle. Carranza, once again, another good ball sent forward. And now the ball from Rogers coming back the other way. Roller, pressure quickly put on there. And ball down the line, that will fade out of play. As you mentioned, Carranza, good job there, heading to Grand Valley State up in Michigan. I wish I could give you their mascot. I just can't come up with that. I have to Google that later. And once again, mentioning that, don't forget, folks, you can follow all the action, and I would suggest that's a great place to get information, usyouthsoccer.org. Not only can you check the schedule, check the standings as the results come in, you can also check who all has scored in every division coming up. You can check the different teams, where they are from, their coaches, players, and it will also show you where many of the players have committed either verbally or otherwise to colleges in these older divisions. Ball sent back in. Looks like it's going to clear everybody except for the keeper. McKinney will set it down. Now she'll work it quickly out to the far side. We're at the 63rd minute. Clock saying 62:36 and running. Nice ball to the middle. That is sent over there to Tegg in the box, going down. This ball's still down and in a dangerous spot. Worked it around. Trill's trying to get a shot on it. Clicked out. Nobody out there. Here comes Carranza. She'll put a foot on it, but low with not as much pace and scooped up pretty easy by Delapi. And a nice play in the box there. Coach Nail very happy about the work that was done to get that ball in scoring position. Now the other way, Roller. Right on the midfield stripe, sent over to Stafford. Stafford works it forward. Sends it through. That was a dangerous play for the Campton squad, as you had a couple of blue shirts moving in with an opportunity. Kelly now, she'll send it off to the near side. Stafford. Excuse me, Stafford, yes, Stafford now working Ray. Roller back to Ray. Little stab there by Carranza, comes up empty. Mary Kelly sent outside. That's going to be Rosenberg on the far side. Working it up and into the box. Let's see who's there. It's going to be sent out. It will be just outside the flag, so it'll be a throw.
Hey, squeeze out when the ball goes backwards.
Coach is hollering instruction. That ball sent into the box by McKinney there. She'll squeeze it after one hop and secure it. Here comes McKinney. She'll put the foot into it. Sends it out on the far side. Settled with some pace by Campton now. Brought forward by Cleveland. A lot of hustle there. Good hustle by Lutter to get that one out of play. Real good hustle by the defense. So seeing a better defensive strategy here second half, obviously, as we've now played almost 20 minutes with no score. Checking in for Cleveland will be Drazina, who scored the first goal. She'll come in for Rosalina. Isabella Rosalina comes out. She'll chat with Coach for a second as they will discuss her little rest here. You'll probably see her back in. You've got another 25 minutes or so in this match. Ball headed back. Let's see, really nobody there except blue shirts. Now hustling back, you have Karam. Rogers now will send it up to Drazina, who just checked in. Nice touch there. Is a touch pass. Ball sent back by Rakos. Rakos has been very active. Haven't called her name much, but she's been in a lot of the action. Particularly she and Roller marking one another up. McKinney now will put it out. Clears midfield. Ray will try to settle it. And we've got a foul there right at the midfield stripe.
In the block. Stay home right now, Gracie. Keep track of the new one.
So you've got Haley Rogers, once again, big foot here. She can put this ball, if not in the box, very close. Let's see where this is going to come down. It's going to be, would have been about 5 yards outside the box. Carranza, once again, little magic there, settles it. Fun to watch her play. Ball slips around the defender. She gets past Mary Kelly, now working forward. Keeps the ball safe out to the side. Goes to her knees on the pass. Back to her again. She's definitely one of the go-to people here for Campton. Nice ball through there. And a big collision. 2 players down. Cleveland player still down. We'll get that a shot off to the right. And that was Sarah Nemeth who took the worst of that. She's still down briefly. Let's see if she's getting back up now. But a heavy collision in the box. It was equal contact. The referee said play on. And that looks like she's okay. That's the toughness of that defensive play. Having to be right there and sacrificing for the team. That's Karam. She'll work it out against Stafford. Ball sent over now. Coming away with is Drazina. Drazina looking for some options. Will continue to run it up the pitch. And now a little give and go that doesn't quite make it back. It finds the Campton feet. That'll be DiBiase. Line backed up a couple of steps, and she'll toss it in. Tossed in there to Karam. Somehow comes away from the 2 blue shirts with the ball. Marked in, working through, and finally Rogers does a good job of clearing it out. Carranza awaits the ball, however. It's going to be sent back in. You've got Davis working inside. You also have Joyce for Campton right now. Here's Karam. She'll send it into the box. It's settled. Let's see if someone can get a foot on it. They do, but the angle was such it's about 10 yards off to the right. So teams moving toward the 70-minute mark. And it's still 3-2. Kind of a very different second half than what we saw in the first half. A lot of scoring. Second half here has really been a defensive struggle. Here comes Delapi. She's going to put it in play. Looks like Roller got ahead on that one, and trying to move it up is Micey. The defense now will shape up in the back. Working it over and finding Karam. She'll let it go through. And Roller turns. She'll take it the other way. Roller looking for a teammate. Good job there by the defense of Ryan. No, it's actually Wessel. Wessel who had an assist earlier. Ball to Roller. Roller checking to see who's around, and Carranza jumps on that one. And it's a big collision here. Everybody's looks like they're okay. As Karam hops back up right here in front of the bench. Referee making sure the throw's in the right spot. Throw sent in toward Karam. Seems to be a good target here as Carranza now sends it in. Joyce turns. She'll take it out to the left side. Works it back to her right foot. Sends it in toward the box. Flicked away. Carranza fights her way in. Gets a foot on it, but maintained possession. Cleveland momentarily. Now back to Karam. Left side. Booted out by Stafford. And substitute coming in. Let's see. Trying to see, it looks like Wypasic coming in. Wypasic will come in for Roller. So Kayla Wypasic, midfielder. She steps in. This Cleveland team, and I was going to mention this earlier, in the 17U bracket, usually it's fairly evenly divided with the folks graduating in 18 and 19, which would be sophomores and juniors. And this team, it's almost dominated by sophomores. Only a couple of juniors in school age. Obviously, chronological age, and would be correct. Here's a ball inside, intercepted there and disrupted by the defenders. Carranza turns as the defense retreats. She has some space. Now she'll send it out to the far side. Ball over there now sent out to Joyce. She's got an opportunity. Sends it then to the back of the net on the left side for Joyce. And let's see the assist over there on the far side. Believe that it was Joyce with the goal. And I believe we had on that far side, it might have been Teg, but could have been Carranza as well. Carranza, nice ball sent out there. I don't know if there was a touch in between that pass and the actual score. So the goal there in the 73rd minute. That goal goes to Joyce, number 22. And once again, we'll double check that as well as we go through. Now, score is 4-2. So we get the 4-2 now up on the scoreboard. 72-55. So we got Karam, Rosina, their numerical counterpart, comes up there. Two number 12s working together. A couple dozen. Now sent out to the backside as the defense shapes up. A little less pressure now, up by 2 goals. First goal of the second half, scored by number 22, Cassidy Joyce. It was on the right side. She put a high ball over the keeper, Tori DeLapi, and it fell in the left side at the bottom. And a nice shot. A very good touch on that shot, by the way. And it had to be just right to fit it in. Carranza, a big part of that as well. As we said, it might have been a direct assist from her. There was, it may have been at least one other pass in there or one other touch, but Carranza setting it up out on that right side. And we said her name throughout. Chantel Carranza going to Grand Valley State. Looks like a couple more substitutes warming up and getting ready. Karam gets that ball off the toss. Joyce, who's been very impressive. Joyce has come in as a substitute and played very well. Ball sent out to the far side by Teg. Left foot sent in toward Joyce. Let's see who's going to get there. It's a race, and DeLapi will come up with it. And she dives to snag that ball loose in the box. A couple of players getting ready to come back in. One coming back in. One maybe coming in for the first time in this match. That's going to be number 13, Langloss. as well as Rydberg, who was instrumental early on. Carranza sends it out to the far side. Working it back in is Rakos. She'll send it over. And this Campton squad, let's see if that's going to be a throw in just outside the flag. And that ball went way out. Let's see if they've got it. Somebody tosses it back in. And we have subs coming in. It's going to be Rydberg giving Carranza a well-earned rest. And she has played exceptionally well. Now Rydberg will check in. Future player at the University of Iowa. So Karam and Carranza come off, give each other a handshake. Checking in Alexis Langloss. And it'll be a toss in right here near the corner flag. And it sets it down, and that turned into a corner as it was nicely played by Campton. And you got to give Cleveland some good credit too, as they bounced back from yesterday from a 2-0 defeat. Came right out here and scored in the first minute and a half. And then it was evened up in the fourth minute, but they came back, scored again. So they could still pull the trigger. That most of the play in this second half, here in the latter parts of this second half, have been on the attack end for Campton. But you don't know, there may be an opportunity. There's a shot. Good save by Delapi. And a nice shot there right off the bench from Alexis Langloss. Checks right in, puts the left foot into it, and forces the save by Delapi. Is actually a rebound save. She batted it to the ground and grabbed it, coming the other way now. Ball sent out to the right side. Chasing that one down is Micey, but it will trail across the line. That was why Pasek sending the ball over there. And we move into the 78th minute. See a few more folks getting ready to sub in. This will be a toss in. Looks like DiBiase. Actually, ball sent down there. Joyce. She sends it across. Joyce, who has the goal now. That was Davis working it around, but dispossessed, now taking it the other way. White Pasek works it around, finds Drazina, who scored early on. And here comes ball down the side. Davis part of that run. Ball sent into the middle. Joyce with the header. Tries to get it to Langloss. It's still bounding around. Joyce jumps in. And now it will be cleared out. Good job out there. Great hustle by Rosenberg to clear it at least partially out. Rydberg sends it in. A nice shot there, and Delapi with the save. Went up high and tipped it to herself. Ball sent back toward the midfield circle. Working around over there on defense is Dombrowski. Also Ryan. McKinney now. She'll work it over to teammate Lutter. Saw Lutter make a nice play earlier. Had to turn on the jets to get to a ball and clear it out. Let's see here, the referee coming over to talk. Not sure if that was a delay here. I'm not, there's a little confusion at the moment. I don't know if the play wasn't as fast as the referee would like to see. I'm not really sure, but he wanted to see some action. It almost looked like a wrestling match or boxing match where they say you got to come out and fight. So the ball dropped and play continues. That shot off to the right side. And our fourth official here working on substitutes, so can't really get any sort of clarification. Substitutes now coming in. You've got Albrecht, who will check in for Campton. Coming out is Ray. Checking in will be Gormley. On this side, we've got Albrecht, who will check in. She'll come in for Rakos. So that might have been a referee's choice there. His thought was that play was just too slow and maybe a little delay, so he decided to pick things up and have a little drop ball. Working on this near side. Micey now back out in the middle. Tegg sends it in. Headed back out by the defense. Working forward. Everybody would like to get a goal on the board here. Like I said, a lot of coaches out here watching. Ball on the far side. That's Davis working up. 4 defenders back. 2 red shirts. That ball sent top of the box. Really not much of a chance there, but it comes right back out to teammate Tegg. And we got offside. That'd be Langloss possibly got caught up in the back. Ball bounding around now. There's Rydberg. She'll step up and she'll bring it in. There's a shot that's going to be off the crossbar. And the ball that stays in play hits the crossbar, comes back out live. So we got our ball flying in from the adjacent field. Ball settled now by the Campton squad, sent off the defenders. It will be right on the line, and the official assistant right here on the side says it crossed the line. It'll be a throw in for Campton. Throwing in there will be Dombrowski. She sends it back to Albrecht. Albrecht back out into the middle. We're in the 82nd minute, approaching the 83rd minute as we pass the 82-minute mark on the clock. Clock moving forward. That's a high ball into the box. Dombrowski will corral that one. Secures it. Tosses it out here. Hard to get it out of there in the wind like that, but she does. She gets it out to Wypasic. And that will, let's see if it touches. It does not touch Micey, so it'll be a throw-in for Cleveland. Cleveland finding themselves down by 2. Urgency here as they try to make themselves where they can actually get within 1 score and then try to come back with 2. There's Drazina right in front, and she'll score. Drazina with the left foot settled it past the defender and puts it in. This is in the 83rd minute, so we just talked about that they would love to get back within 1 goal, and sure enough, there it is. So a score, as we mentioned, that's Drazina who started the scoring off. This will be in the 83rd minute. We'll have to check to see if we can find out who had the assist over here. I'm guessing it was probably Micey who sent that ball over to her. But also up there could very well have been Haney. So a couple players on that right side sending it in. Drazina showing her athleticism and putting that ball away. Kathleen Drazina, her 2nd goal of this match. She also had, she had that goal within a minute and a half at the beginning of this match. 4-3 is your score. And we've got a soccer match going on, folks. This one's still tight. Anybody's match here as the Cleveland team, give them credit. They fought right back once again. Came out, scored early, scored twice, fell behind 4-2, and now they've fought back with a nice play. Drazina, who sat out for a while, a little bit of rest. Now they're pressing forward. McKinney now, she'll settle it. So we've seen 2 goals scored now in this second half. There comes Micey. She'll send it over toward the line. It trails across, and it'll be a throw-in for Campton. Goals scored for Cleveland in the 2nd, 25th, and 83rd minute now. On the other side for Campton, who will put this ball in play with a free kick. Scores on the 30th, 42nd, and then the 73rd minute. So it took a little while to get the scoring started here in the second half. And this will be Rod. She can put the ball very deep, and watch this ball go into the box. Failing around the winds there, and finally cleared out. A dangerous ball for the Campton squad. Cleveland with an opportunity. Rogers, a great weapon with that big leg. She'll work it in again. Let's see if she sends it off to the left side. Working for Drusina. Why not? She scored twice. Ball still bounding around. That was actually Haney who was involved in there as well. Now Rosenberg. Ball finally cleared out. Now you might have a little counter punch here by the Campton squad. Ball sent out on the side, and hustling down will be Rittenhouse. Ball sent back out. Rydberg settles it. Taken out to the right. Little juke there to get past the defense. Now works it forward into the corner. And under 5 minutes, there might be some additional time as we move into the 86th minute. And we have a substitute here for Campton. It will be Bustamante, excuse me. Bustamante will be coming in as we move into the 87th minute on the clock. So trotting across the pitch and exchanging the little penny as they exchange spots here. It will be Bustamante coming in, and she checks in for Avery Davis. Bustamante, a smaller player, but good defender. That's why she's in there. A lot of quickness. So the goal scored, and trying to shape things back up defensively for Campton. Of course, Cleveland thinking we're within one now. They can try to get that one shot that could tie things up. And so ball sent out toward the middle, picked up out there by Albrecht. Sent down the left side. Let's see if Rogers is going to get there. She'll let it run on out, and she'll toss it in. As we said, Rogers, a great weapon in her big kick that she can put the ball great distance. Heidberg now splits the defense, takes it to the left, down toward the corner. And she'll work it down there, try to take a little time off the clock, but she says, hey, we'll send it to the box. And here comes Teg the other way. Near side. That's going to be Wypasic. Sends it up to Micey. Wypasic looks for Drusina. She's got a little space. You don't want to give her much space. Sent out on the left side. Teg works her way in. Teg settles it. Works around. Two defenders right there with her. Sends it back out toward Rosenberg. There's a long shot. It's going to be up over the bar. And McKinney did all she could, as if it had fallen above her hand, could have been a tiebreaker, a tie, or the tie goal there. But that one just over the bar. 4-3, 88:08 on the clock and moving. Might be some additional time. We'll find out here from the middle official shortly. So McKinney will lay it down as the clock becomes the enemy now of this Cleveland team. A little urgency as they work to try to move it forward. Stafford is there, but working it around is Rydberg. Rydberg can't keep it in. That ball will actually go way off into the distance. Stafford now will chase it down. Might be some time, additional time put on the clock here. We'll see what the head referee says. So it was an interesting play there. If you're a Cleveland fan, you would say they shouldn't have kicked the ball so far away. Referee making sure it's brought all the way back up, which is a little bit of a help for Cleveland. But it takes time off the clock. Drusina tries to get that one. It's going to be the 90th minute now. And actually in the official clock, we don't know how much additional time. We'll find out. Ball worked around. Defense clears it out. It'll be tossed back in on the far side by Rosenberg. 2 minutes of extra time has been put up, so that will give Cleveland an opportunity. A little more nervous time for the Campton squad. There's a shot coming in. McKinney comes out. Nice snag in the sun and the wind. She secures it. No problem. Couple of minutes left here. We've now hit the 90-minute mark, but there were 2 minutes additional time, according to the officials. Ball sent back to Delapi. Delapi now trying to work it forward. It's going to be bounding around and really no control, which is what you would want to see if you're the Cleveland squad. On the other side, you say, let's work it back. Let's see if McKinney's going to send it way back out. Got the wind pushing it and settled there by Wypasic. However, Rydberg jumps on it. She'll send it to her teammate Albrecht. Bustamante, who checked in. Good job of ball control. Sent down the pitch. That's going to be Langloss. She'll work it on the far side and doing a good job right now, just taking some time off the clock, a little ball control, time of possession. Ball sent down the corner. Let's see if they're going to take it over to the corner and just sit right there. That's Rittenhouse, smart play. So it'll be a throw in right there, and you'll probably see a throw and just try to put it in the corner once again.
Don't go in there.
And so let's see the toss.
You can step up, Ryan.
Ball comes in, and Cleveland does come up with it, but it goes right back over to Campton. And once again, clock the enemy, and there it is, the final whistle. And a game that saw a lot of action, 7 goals scored, and a great job by the officiating crew, the coaches, the players. Ended up a 4-3 win for the Campton squad. And they're now 2-0 here in this tournament. And once again, folks, you can go to usyouthsoccer.org. Go in there and check all the results, the standings. Check out the stats of the different players as well, as we see these two teams come out to shake hands at the end. Stay with us now. Don't forget you can follow all the action that will be broadcast here. You can check that out and watch live as matches go through the week. You can also follow along, check the stats as they come through, the results as we go. Once again, thanks to our producer, Andres Palacio, and our camera folks, Camilla and Caleb. John Peters here with you. We'll sign off now from the Wilson, North Carolina National League of U.S. Youth Soccer.